Welcome to this video introduction to the Fall of 25 Reflection Essay 3, which is actually a reflection report this time. So historically we've done reflection essays where I gave you specific questions and asked you to reflect on those questions and put them in an essay form. This time we are actually writing a report, which you will see starts on the second page, and you fill in the boxes to this report and you just leave it in the report. You don't have to turn it into an essay after you're done. So let's start on the first page. This is some information about how we've been reflecting and thinking about reflecting. This semester I encourage you to read it, but we will be using similar questions like, how did you feel you did on a specific task on this report? So one important part I want to highlight on this is that you will submit this entire document. So you're going to save a copy for yourself, and then you're going to fill it out, save it with your name, and turn in the entire document with it all filled out. One important thing about this document is that you're going to use specific examples in your reflection. So you're encouraged to quote or add screenshots of any of the work you produce this semester. I highly recommend quoting some of the work that you did this semester, especially in major essays 2 and 3. So the second page of the report, you go in and just start typing into the boxes, and if you needed more space, the boxes will expand as you type. So, question 1, it asks you to reflect on your chosen example essay from this semester. And the question is, how does the example essay reflect your growth in writing and rhetorical skills and generally as a writer over the course of the semester? Please give specific examples. So I'm going to preview a little bit ahead for just 1 second. Down at the bottom, you're going to paste one of your example essays into this document. I recommend using either Major Essay 2 or Major Essay 3 because they use sources in them, and you will be asked to reflect to some degree on your use of sources. So I highly recommend pasting Major Essay 2 or Major Essay 3 down at the bottom. Okay, back up to number 1. That essay that you pasted at the bottom is the example essay it is asking you to reflect on. So it's asking you, how does that example essay you just pasted at the bottom of the paper reflect your growth in writing and rhetorical skills and generally as a writer over the course of the semester? So you would type your answer in here. So number 2. Reflect on your experience with the following course outcome. Use flexible writing processes, strategies to generate, develop, revise, edit, and proofread texts. So over the course of the semester, we have done a number of processes for writing. So like I've asked you to do a rough draft, or a first draft and then a revised draft. I've asked you to do different assignments to start coming up with ideas. I've asked you to do outlines. So think about all of the different ways or strategies you used to generate, develop, revise, edit, and proofread your essays. And type that answer in here. Number 3. Reflect on your experience with the following course outcome. Adopt strategies appropriate to the rhetorical situation. So the rhetorical situation that we've been writing in our class is the classroom context. So how have you adopted strategies appropriate to our classroom context? The rhetorical situation, so like audience and purpose, those kinds of things. Question 4. Reflect on your experience with the following course outcome. Use rhetorically appropriate strategies to represent, evaluate, and respond to the ideas and research of others. So the key idea here is the ideas and research of others. Those times that we brought in ideas from other people's writing or videos, And how did you represent, evaluate, and respond to those ideas? So, number 5, reflect on your experience with the following course outcome. Develop claims and stances that acknowledge nuance, are supported by well-developed evidence-based reasoning, and are shaped by multiple viewpoints. So one thing I recommend you think about with this question is, so that well-supported evidence-based reasoning, think about how you used P's, the point, evidence, analysis, and summary. That is a big part of how we have approached evidence-based reasoning in our essays. So number 6, use rhetorically appropriate conventions for citing and documenting source material. So when you used outside sources, how did you cite them? How did you document? How did you give us hints that they were from outside sources? So that wants to know what you did to indicate when you were using an outside source. And number 7, participate in a respectful and inclusive community of writers and readers. So it wants to know how in this class you participated in a respectful and inclusive community of writers and readers. And that one is, there are a lot of ideas there, and there's actually a lecture in the week 15 video specifically about this question. So look for more feedback there. And then once you've answered all 7 of your questions, make sure you've pasted your example essay down here. You've done it. You've completed Reflection Report 3, and you just need to turn it in.